Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and connecting today. I am super duper honored and excited. I've got Maria Martinez back with us, and as you know, she has been absolutely a groundbreaking abundance activator. She has had just incredible results with abundance upgrades and 360-degree upgrades in all different ways. And today she's coming back to really share the latest on something very important. And this is a code of frequency. And we all, I really believe, have this. We have this potentiality within us. We have it deep down. And sometimes it's buried, it's covered, it's like, overrun by the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that do not serve us. And this code is all about bringing this wealthy embodiment. She calls it the wealthy goddess code into our world. And this code really doesn't leave you. It's about understanding where it is, how to access it, and what to do with it today to create abundance. And this is a very hot topic today because a lot of people are dealing with challenges and shifts in their physical world, and they want opportunities and options. So if you are here, go ahead, press *2, raise your hand. We're going to help people today with seeing what is in your field. And our guest today is also going to do a modern-day wealthy goddess activation. Now, Maria Martinez is a human potential activator. She's a wealth consciousness activator, a multidimensional healer, alchemist, light language channel, medical intuitive, and a business and success coach. And she supports you in identifying your gifts, your talents, discovering your life purpose, accessing your full potential, achieving happiness, joy, fulfillment, prosperity, and a lot more. She has a unique ability to see, feel, know, and hear your deepest desires and clear anything blocking you from stepping into your greatness. She's a catalyst for change, healing, and transformation. She's also a clear channel for source and connects with 16 plus dimensional light beings that can help you remove the blocks to having it all, living abundantly and manifesting your unique, extraordinary life. She's also helped thousands of people all around the world and even at UWealth Revolution to access their full potential and move into possibility, creating dramatic changes and shifts in their lives. Her programs and coaching have catapulted her into the healing world as an extraordinary healer, and she loves to see people rediscover themselves, awaken their true potential, and significantly transform their life. I want to share a couple stories. We're going to dive right in. Wow, we got a lot of people with their hands raised, which is awesome because we're going to be reading that field that you are carrying around you with regards to abundance and life and possibilities and flow. All right, we've got a few people writing in. I want to say this, whenever we talk about this, everyone is different. So, there are different results that happen with different people, but here's a few of them. One person, Kim, said, I made an additional $24,000 in 3 weeks. Somebody that owed me money from 2 years ago called me and said he was sending money. My sales spiked up. The more I celebrated the money and joyfully received it, the more it kept flowing. I had my strongest month ever. Another person, Karenina, I tripled my income and changed my relationship with money. I've healed my body, and I just recently cleared pain and muscle tightness in my back. She said I had not experienced it before, but it was restricting me from taking care of myself and maintaining a normal fitness level. After working in Maria, I felt more balanced. I didn't feel restricted, and, well, I guess she made more too. So it's this restriction in the body, restriction in our physical world. Another person wrote in and said, from the verge of getting fired to actually being offered a director position. That is amazing. That is Caroline. So we're going to move into these. How do these things happen? What do we do? How do we create that pivotal shift? Let's welcome back Maria Martinez to UWealth Revolution. Maria, welcome back.
Thank you, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you. Thank you, Darius. Yeah, this is a beautiful energy to be in. And yeah. It's all about creativity, and it's all about empowerment, and it's all about choosing and claiming and always looking for that door that is open and taking on all our big dreams and courageously owning them. So I'm really excited about today. Thank you.
I can't wait. And this topic is a big one because it can impact all areas of your life. I mean, we just had one person that had written into you that had tripled her income, but then she also was having blockages in her body. So this can be connected in a lot of ways. How do you see energy? How did this start opening up for you that you're able to look into sort of the field around people and then get a sense of what's going on and then what to do about it?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. First of all, I was born with my gifts, so that really helped. having a relationship with my angels, my guides really helped that. And then secondly, it's the relationship with money, how money started showing up for me in images and colors. And then, money, the way it's been showing up to me is that it's the building blocks of everything else, of abundance, of prosperity, of wealth, of affluence, of opulence. So noticing how it was showing up in people, it allowed me to help them remove or transform it into something that was more favorable. So sometimes it shows up as pain. Sometimes it shows up like just the heaviness in their energy. Sometimes it shows up as different colors. And it really depends on the person and their experiences in their environment. So, someone can come up and have an issue with money, and then they may feel like a tightness in their chest in their throat every time they talk about money. Another person can find pain in their lower back because they're not feeling supported. Another person, it could be outside their field, and they may feel like it's unattainable, like, I keep trying and it doesn't show up, and if it shows up, it leaves right away, or it feels like it's reachable, but it doesn't quite come in. And it's where the energy of money is sitting around them. And also, when we look at money, money is energy, but we often think about it as a tool, like a form of exchange, but it's so much more than that. So, when I talk to people about money, we talk about money is love, money is light, money is purpose, money is passion. So we start expanding that energy into something that brings them more joy. And then when we expand that energy of money into something that brings them more joy, then their own energy, their own field begins to open up to the possibility of having more money in their life. Certainly there may be some blocks there, some limiting beliefs, some stories about money that come up in the process that may show up like a wall right in front of them, or may show up like a big rock that they're dragging behind, or money may show up like there's a big ocean and money's way on the other side. So we work through all of that. But that is money showing itself and saying, here is what's going on. This is why, you and I are not buddy-buddies. But if we can clear this wall or this ocean that is between us, we can have a really good relationship, and money can begin coming in to help build the other elements or the other energies that are abundance and wealth and prosperity and affluence. So once you have that relationship with money, then you begin to elevate, you begin to embody it, you begin to allow more.
Yeah, this is really interesting that this shows up in the body in some different ways, or even in the psychology or in the energetics as a field, as an ocean, I'm drowning, or as like a wall. This is so key that it's going to show up in some way. Now, you also work with 16 plus dimensional light beings. Tell me about this, because this is an area that I get really excited about. What is going on with light beings in these times? What are you doing as they're kind of working with folks? How does this all come together?
Yeah, so it's really interesting to see them come in and work. They're the Council of Light, the Pleiadians, many different goddesses like Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Isis, Hathor, they come in, and then other light beings that come in often, depending on the person as well. And when they're coming in, they're usually coming in to upgrade their field. Like they're either working at the crystalline level, the blueprint level. They're coming in working at either on other timelines or past lives. So they come in to support the individuals in their ascension, as well as their collapsing other timelines that are still holding them back, that are still running the same programs that we're working through, that we're clearing. And when that happens, then their timeline shifts. They move into do a quantum shift, essentially, into a new timeline where they're more aligned. They're more on that fast track to success. And then they continue that support as long as we stay open to possibility, as long as we do our daily practice of beingness, being in abundance, being in gratitude, and also of receiving, because receiving is so important. The Turians, the Council of Light, Mary Magdalene, Isis, Hathor, Lakshmi, they come in at different times and help support as if they were weaving back the original blueprint that is our original creation. And so that is amazing. Yeah, if we allow that, but again, first we have to choose it. We get to choose it. Secondly, we get to, be in the practice of that, which is gratitude and keeping our mindset open to more and keeping our dreams bigger and going, and watching ourselves, observing ourselves when we are going down into the spiral of blame and fault and all of those lower emotions, and then bringing ourselves back to the space where they are there waiting for us, helping us, supporting us, continually helping us in that new recoding. Does that make sense?
It does, because ultimately this recoding is not just for ourselves, it's actually like for everything. We're all going through it. And, we just heard that a lot of these financial money blocks, it's part of the old system. It's part of that old, patriarchal system that many times brings up the areas we need to work on so we can shed and then become kind of like omniversal. And omniversal to me is like unlimited. It's sort of like, well,
yes,
I don't have to go to this particular source to receive money. I actually have like infinite supply in all different ways. And that ultimately is, as 5D is going to evolve, like that's what it's going to look like. And so we're becoming way showers to that by resolving this. So, I mean, I totally get this. I love it. Keep going on this theme, because this isn't just about, ooh, I want more stuff. It's actually like, no, I'm not going to play in that system where I can never, ever, ever have enough, where I have to suffer, where I have to depend on X, Y, Z just to, barely get by. It's a paradigm shift.
Absolutely. And you said something earlier that was really important. It's already within us. This is already within us. And that is that owning and awakening to it and accessing it and then amplifying that and then creating our life from that space. And in doing so, and taking that action, then that's where with the illusion and the different layers begin to dissolve. And then we realize I'm not limited. I never really was.
Yes. I never really was limited.
I am a creator. Yes, exactly. I'm a master creator. And as I realize that now, then I can create anything I desire. And then you step into the field of infinite possibility, and it becomes your absolute.
Yeah, and Maria, I've got to think that if we all activated our creator essence, right, we would be in 5D right now. Because we would be creating the world that in our awakened, healed hearts we want to live in, and that is also part of this journey. So this is a very important topic. Okay, quick question. You mentioned to me privately, you said one of the things that makes you very different than a lot of other healers that you used to work with or that is you are interested in tangible results. You want things to manifest in the field quickly. Tell me about that and why that's important.
Yeah, for me, that's really important because, yes, definitely I want everybody that comes into our space and comes to co-create with us to feel good and feel empowered. But when you leave the space, then you go back to your own space or this before, and yes, hopefully maybe you'll stay in this higher vibration. But if you don't take action, if you don't do anything different, then the energy will start to dwindle. And then you may be at the same place or slightly ahead. And really what we want is for you to feel inspired to take action. So for me, getting the results has been really important. And that is really bridging the gap between the 5D and the 3D. Because as spiritual beings and as entrepreneurs and as healers and coaches, we love being in the 5D. It just feels so good. Being connected, being aligned, accessing the different energies and frequencies, and that's beautiful. But we live in the 3D, and when we come back to the 3D, then we're at the same house and we're this. So if we want to upgrade our environment, then we want to bring that back down into the 3D and live in that alignment, live in that vibration, live in that frequency. And then when we stay there, there is no fear, there is no doubt, there is no limitation. We live in complete certainty. And when we operate from complete certainty, the actions that we take are very much aligned with success because we're not allowing fear to come in. And also, it allows us to really expand what we're creating. If we stay in that space of infinite possibility, if we stay in that space of the 5D is who I am a divine being, a beautiful, so I'm going to use the term now, that I'm a beautiful goddess.
Okay.
And, both men have the divine feminine, divine masculine. We all do. But just for this example, I am the divine goddess within me. And that's the energy that we want to bring in, that beautiful creative energy to create in the 3D. There are several different practices that, I teach for creating and manifesting and creating success. But it's everything. It's your beingness, it's your embodiment, it's taking guided action, is keeping your mindset open to new possibilities, and it's letting go of the old and the old stories. The results is the 3D, right? And that's really what we want. We are changing within ourselves into the best version of ourselves so that we change our environment into what we truly desire, which is joy and happiness and prosperity and contribution.
What are some of the things you've seen in the 3D? Because you you pride yourself on situations shifting quickly for people. What are some of your favorites?
Some of my favorite things that well, first of all, where it's really effective is in the physical body. So if somebody has some type of ailment, a headache, pain, that is really easy to shift, identifying what's there, moving that energy out of the way, helping them reflect that, see what they're holding on to, whether it's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. That is, that happens very quickly. Also, when we're looking at around the energy of money, that also has a pretty much an immediate shift, because when they can see what baggage they've been holding around money, and they can see for themselves and they connect it to a past experience, even in another lifetime, they can complete that, let that go, and then there's the immediate shift. Then they move into more possibility. So, some of the examples you read were really good examples about, especially, I recall one with Sandy where she called me and she was really worried about her job and her boss, and really what it was is that she felt unworthy of the job. And then once we looked at that, because she had so much flexibility, she worked from home, had a lot of flexibility, pretty much could, design her own schedule. And when we looked at what was truly there, and she looked at, instead of feeling worthy and deserving, I'm feeling I'm judging myself, and I'm projecting into them. What are they thinking? What are they saying about me? And then when we shifted all of that, the very next day, she got a promotion. She got a raise. So it was so amazing. So those are immediate. Yeah, that was so much fun. And that happens quite often. That, we are reflecting out into the world. We are reflecting out into the universe. We're reflecting out into our environment. We're the ones that are making up the story of what's going on out there. So if we catch ourselves and we can identify the story that we're creating, that is creating challenge, or is creating heartache, or is creating repelling money, that promotion, that client, that possibility, that new project, when we can shift that, then we allow the space for that to come in. The other one that you read was really amazing was Carolyn, who, this was a back and forth that was going on with her and her boss, and she was at the verge of getting fired. And we cleared all of that emotional connection. That was actually like more of a past life connection, and we cleared all of that. And then she got that promotion as a director within, actually, I think it was within 2 weeks. So very quickly. And one thing that I want to add to that is that when you are faced with a challenge, that's an opportunity.
Okay.
It's your higher self, or your, you internally are giving yourself messages of this needs to change, this now gets to change, this now has to change, so that we can allow for what truly wants to come in. So shifting that relationship that she had with him, Carolyn had with him, then that allow for that director position. So had she stayed in that, I'm stuck, I'm frustrated, he doesn't like me, we don't agree on things, she probably would have left, because that's what she was thinking of doing, and then missed out on that opportunity. And the same thing with Sandy. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm breathing it in because I get the sense that money shows up in our field, and that field, I feel very strongly, I've known this my entire life, I've seen it in my own life, people resonate or do not resonate to that field. They behave according to what is in that field. Have you seen this, and is this why like things that maybe were trying to reach us, opportunities that are trying to get in, all of a sudden come in? It's not that they just like automatically come in from nowhere. They've been trying to come in. There's been this field trying to reach us. We just are blocking it. We're stopping it. We're not allowing it to become reality in our presence.
Yeah, what I find is that everything that we desire is already there. Like if we were to look at what is really in my field, all my dreams, they're already there. But what's keeping us from seeing that is what we get attached to. Whether it's the story, the belief system, the judgment that we have about our career or our life or relationships, that gets in the way. But, you know, what I've seen is that everything that we desire is already there. It's already in our field. It's like, you know, before coming into this lifetime, we created a menu. I'll take this and I'll take that and I'll take that and I'll take this in there with me when I on this journey. And so it's there. It's available. So
can we
this is why I say it's, yes.
Can we
this is why
on that a little? Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, so this is why I say it's really important when something comes up and it feels like a challenge, step back and look at it differently. Look at it as, where is this? What's the message here? What is the opportunity here? Because you'll find, so as an example, let's say that, so I had this experience, so I use this experience. Before really stepping into this as my business, I was in project management. And I was a contractor, so I kept contracting with the same type of personality. And when I looked at what is this really about, well, it was what I was reflecting out into the world. And it was about my power. And it was about now stepping into my full power. So when I realized that, step back, clear all of that, clear the karma with them, then that allowed me to fully step into my business instead of being a contractor for somebody else. So that was my opportunity. And those opportunities show up quite a bit. So what I'm saying is, and this is going back to expanding on everything is already within us, is that before coming in, we choose this journey, right? We choose this journey. We choose our parents. We choose our soul family to be here with us, to teach us the lessons, the learnings. We choose, and it doesn't mean that it's always fate, this is destiny, because we are creating that. We are choosing, every day we're choosing more and more and more, or we have the ability to choose more and more. In that journey, in this journey that we're on, when we feel unworthy of having wealth, when we feel unworthy of having love, when we feel unworthy of being in a healthy body because of whatever happened in the past or whatever we believe, whatever stories we bought into, we create like a layer of confusion that creates a block to what is truly available for us, to what we already chose to experience in this lifetime.
Yes.
To have. And then when we work through that, when we decide I'm really focused on that, I'm really owning that this is possible for me, I'm deciding that my reality is up to me, then we begin to open up that space. It's like, it's like the ocean parting. We begin to create that path toward that which we desire, our biggest dreams, which is already in our field, our soul's mission, our living our greatest life, our contribution to the world. All of that is already there, and we're working our way to it. And that road to it could be a lot shorter if we step back and reflect and heal and clear all of that. But if we avoid it, that path just gets being delayed.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes. I want to mention one thing that you're doing that's pretty amazing on the page. And I'm going to say, I got to say, we're going to hold the space. If this happens, there are 25 spaces for one-on-one, so there's not much. So if you really want these, check it out. That's it, 25. And unless we can twist her arm at some point or hold her hand or however we're going to do it to get more, this is what we've got. You also mentioned something about wealth points. I've never heard this before. What does resetting the wealth points mean, and what are you going to do with that? Because I want to be sure this is pretty powerful, amazing thing you're saying here. Tell me about that and what's going to happen here with the wealth points.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very good question. So we have, all of us have a set point. And the set point, if you look at the average income that you've had in the last couple of months, that's your set point. So what we're doing is breaking up that set point. So what we do is the process is, first of all, identifying where you want to be, and then identifying what is keeping you from being there. And we remove those set points and then help you raise your set points to a higher level. So I look at it physically, what's going on in your finances, and then we look at energetically. Energetically, sometimes it shows up like a ceiling above you. So we break through that ceiling above you. Oftentimes, it may also show up like a dome around you. So it's like, this is as good as it's going to get. No matter how hard I try, no matter how much I do, this is at the end of the month, this is as good as it's going to get. And sometimes these set points are from other lifetimes. Sometimes they are from, old trauma that is there. Sometimes it's decisions that we made, especially if crossing that threshold means that you have to be more visible. It means that you have to step out into the world and shine your light. So a lot of that protection comes from other lifetimes. So you decide, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to be seen, or I'm not going to go that big. I have to live small, or I have to stay small in order to protect myself. So that will create set points. And so in this life, even if this life you just say, I just want to contribute at the highest level, if those set points are there, that it's probably not going to happen. So we need to clear those income set points, wealth set points, money set points all around you, so that you can truly break through that ceiling and be able to create more.
Okay. That's amazing. Now, I have here written down, you said you're going to work to lift these 5 times. So, we're going to see if this is in divine alignment for people, but 5 times? Tell me about this, because we can raise it that much.
Oh, actually, you can raise it even more than that.
Oh my gosh.
So the way this is, it's a process that we do, and we look at, so the process is about identifying where you are right now, and then identify where you want to be, and then we look through all the layers where it's coming from, and we raise it. And because sometimes what happens is that, so as an example, let's say that you're making $200,000, and you say, in a month I want to make $1 million, right? And if you're not in alignment with that, then it's not going to happen. However, let's say that you are somewhat in alignment with that, but there are your set point to your first raise, internal energetic raise, is to go from 200 to 500,000. Then that's the first raising that we do. We identify, do we go 50% higher, 100% raise, and then we keep doing that until you get to that $1 million mark. Does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of like each step on a ladder, right? You can't get to the top of the ladder if the first 3 steps are not there, right? Or it'd be risky, or you'd fall, right? So it's like making those steps, clearing the way so those steps actually are there to support you, and you can now ascend to the next level.
Yes, and so it's clearing them and also becoming in alignment with them. So, here we can clear them from here, but if you're not aligned, if there's still something that is keeping you from being aligned, like another lifetime, then you may, have an increase in your salary, an increase in what we are creating, but still not may create what you truly want to create. So we have to go back and look at what is the misalignment, and then align you, and then bring it into your space. So there's a process that I do where we bring it into the space that you feel most aligned with that new number. And there's, it's a beautiful process. It's a very brilliant process. But it could, we work with your chakras, we work with your field, we work with your timelines, we work with your past lives, we look with the energy of money and wealth and prosperity itself, and we work through all of that so that you can step onto your next wealth step point, and that is very powerful.
Absolutely amazing. Well, look at what is here. It's youwealthrevolution.com/Maria22, all new for season 22, and we've got 25 personal sessions. Now, we've got a limited time bonus that's going to run until this Sunday, which is another reason this becomes awesome. Maria, you're doing a 15-minute follow-up integration session. So if you get the 25 minutes in package C, you get another 15-minute follow-up one-on-one just to make sure everything is integrating between now and Sunday at midnight. And that means like total of 40 minutes, but it's broken out to make sure that everything is in alignment. So anything you want to share on that? And then I want to talk about some more of these different aspects you're doing. And then, we're going to get to a few more questions here and there because we are loving this energy today.
Yeah, so the follow-up is actually really, really good and really helpful. And if you can get it, definitely get it, because what happens, this is what we were talking about, when you can go up 5 times your current income, and then we can come back once you've integrated anything, then we've cleared so much already. So the next time you can go up 10 times your income, 10 times or even more, or we can amplify another area of your life. So the follow-up allows you to integrate all the work that we did in the first one, and you're in a very different place, especially very open place, like a prime place to accelerate your goals, your dreams, your desires. And so that's really the benefit, that we can go back and instead of, quantum leaping you 5 times, we can do it 10 times, 40 times, 50 times, even more than that.
Okay, that is the follow-up. So it's another 15 minutes that you're going to be able to schedule after the initial 25 minutes, which I think is awesome. And we've got a lot more we're going to talk about. There's even a bonus as well, the Wealthy Goddess Code, activating the wealth in the 7 main chakras, that's available as well as a limited time bonus. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Maria22. Now, Maria, I didn't want to jump over this because one of the things you're also doing, which I love, is you've got some different packages. So package A supports your work. It's $97. And package A is the 12-week Wealthy Goddess Code series. And I absolutely know for $97, just activating these energies, moving through this, you're going to bring this back into your life many times over. One of the things you're doing is helping people with things like worthiness, deservedness, radical trust, certainty, bathing in the frequency of forgiveness, being credit worthy, being a savvy investor, trusting your intuition, trusting the decisions you make, wealth builder, which is about having more than enough, right? Wealth creator, being able to bring your talents, your gifts, everything forward, alignment. Tell me about some of these individual pieces. I mean, I want to start with one of them that I think is really interesting is worthiness and deservedness. I know a lot of folks, we all struggle with this. Tell me about this from these MP3s.
Yeah, so this part, like I said, it's progressive. The way it starts is really progressive, and worthiness and deservingness is really important because, if somebody brings you a gift and you don't feel worthy and deserving, you may take the gift but then find ways to give it away, or you'll find ways for the gift of wealth and prosperity to somehow disappear. So it's really important for you to embody your worthiness and deservingness, and to really feel that is an innate gift. It's the goddess nature. It's an absolute within you. The worthiness and deservingness, or lack of that, is separation. Separation from source, separation from the divine, separation from divine creation. And so throughout this series, and especially in worthiness and deservingness and forgiveness, we close that gap. We bring you back to the original spark, to that pure source light that is the individuation of divine creation. We bring you back to that alignment so that you're in that absolute, I am worthy, I am deserving, there is no other way. And if you move forward from that place of that absolute, there's no other way, life really happens really very beautifully for you. And it's really amazing.
Yeah, that is just one of the activations and one of the frequencies. These are code transmissions. Then, that's number 3 in package A. I want to also talk about savvy investor. This is interesting, right? We don't always think about having the intuition to make a decision, to find something that has potential, even being it in ourselves, to invest in ourselves, to invest in I mean, how many of us know that they were things we heard about maybe years ago that today are so much more valuable than when they first came out? I mean, Bitcoin is one of them, or Apple stock or Amazon, and all these other things. What if we could see this? What if we could know? What if we could actually also see it in ourselves, that knowing that we have a skill that's just even infinitely more valuable than all that other stuff, and we invest in that. So what is Savvy Investor about?
Yeah, Savvy Investor is a lot of what you just described is that, a lot of times opportunities come to us and we fear money, we're in the lack, we're in scarcity, we're in what if it goes wrong, or what if we lose it all. And even if it's a great opportunity because we had that doubt, because we had that fear, because we were coming from the place of lack, we miss out. But this is the universe saying, here, you deserve wealth. Here, this is the wealth that you decided to come in with. The universe keeps bringing it to us. So if we can clear this fear, we can clear this judgment, we can clear the past, and if we can start connecting to our intuition, we can start embodying the divine goddess, we can start embodying the true nature of being heart-centered, congruent, knowing that we're worthy and deserving, knowing that the opportunities are coming forth because it's a gift from Source Universe. Then we can feel good about the decisions that we're making. We can feel good about listening to intuition and not second-guessing ourselves. Sometimes what happens is that, we'll find an opportunity, we'll make a decision, and it felt good. But then, the stories come in, oh, what if it works, it doesn't work out? What if? So that great opportunity now became opportunity that becomes derailed because we brought in fear, we brought in doubt. So this is about removing all of that and to really learn to trust yourself.
Yes.
To trust the universe, because the universe is always in alignment with you, always trying to bring you more and more. And then from there, really practicing allowing more into your life, investment opportunities. And that investment opportunity may just be like, putting money away for retirement or starting a new fund, mutual fund or something like that. But the whole point and intention of this is as to let go of the past that has kept you from trusting yourself, from trusting that and also seeing when the universe, acknowledging the universe when it's showing up in your reality and bringing you those opportunities.
Yes. You said something, trusting the universe is going to bring you more. The universe is trying to bring you more. That is a very different energy than, the energy of desperation, fear, not having enough. How do I just survive? This is a complete paradigm shift. There's appreciation and gratitude, the new wealth code, healing, repairing, activating the sacral. Plus, you've got a whole set of upgrade audios, embracing your goddess nature, divine heart, abundance, and activation within the Lion's Gate, and much more, resilience, I am presence, prosperity, all in package A. Huge. Then package B, you've got 4 1-hour sessions that are going to be happening in 2022, all about the Wealthy Goddess Code. What are you going to be doing in these?
Yeah, this is where we come in and play with the divine goddesses. We come in and play and work and are mentored by Isis, Hathor, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin. We get to come in and create our space, and we get to come in and ask our questions. We get to come in and really embody what it is to be abundant goddess, abundant prosperity. What it is to be in that true nature, in that true alignment of affluence and opulence and luxury. We get to bathe in that energy and experience what that is. Again, with the support and mentoring of the beautiful goddesses as they're coming in to work with us. We're clearing the old, and this is really for everyone. Even though we're the focus, the energy that is coming in and bringing in is the goddess energy. It's for everyone, but it's really balancing that beautiful goddess energy that is available to us. That for so long, especially in the 3D, we pushed aside or suppressed or put on hold because we were in survival. That's right. Now it's bringing that back around and creating that beautiful balance and that flow, and realizing that this is a very creative energy, that this is a very abundant energy, that this energy is prosperity and it's affluence and opulence and luxury, and really enjoying being in that energy and that freedom, that and feeling comfortable in our own skin, feeling comfortable having more. Again, there's so much history of suppression and domination and control, and this is the space of freedom and playing in that field of more and more and more.
Absolutely. Absolutely important. Yes, it's all here. Check it out. uwealthrevolution.com/Maria22. There's also we talked about all of them, the abundant goddess, the prosperous goddess, the affluent goddess, the opulent Goddess. Now, package B is discounted from a $2,612 value, 92% off to $197. Package C is 25 minutes with Maria. We have 25 of them. That is deeply discounted. You're also going to get a 15-minute follow-up, which is just amazing and is 92% off. Totally, you get everything on the page, which is a $3,167 value, and it's $247. So you got that, which, I say to people, feel in to where you're at, and if this doesn't give you a shift, an idea, if it doesn't bring you back multiples of whatever you invest, then, maybe it's not something you want. But Maria, if people have that belief, that in and of itself, and I'm not trying to be circular here, but in my mind, I've been in that place where it's like that in and of itself maybe means that I've got to find new ways and skills to see something that I can generate that will be way beyond what I will receive, right? It's sort of like we've got to understand. So, what would you say to someone who's like, yeah, well, I want to do this, but I don't know if this would work for me? It's like, well, maybe that's why it's good to look at this from a perspective that we're talking about today. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I ask, analyzing it from the mind, you're not going to see, or it's not going to really help you make the authentic decision. But if you take a step back and ask from the heart space, right, and ask your higher self, and you ask, is this beneficial for me? Is this going to help me grow my business? Is this going to help me embody more wealth? Is this going to help me embody more prosperity? You'll find that 99% of the time the answer is yes. Because what you're stepping into is pure possibility. You're stepping into a container of pure possibility, a container that is proven. We've heard a lot of the success stories. You're stepping into a container where we're going to keep up leveling into more and more, removing set points, removing belief systems, raising vibration, and embodying more, stepping into more of that beingness of the goddess nature. So, ask yourself that. Ask yourself, is this in my highest good? Is this for me? And see what you get.
Okay. I don't want to jump in, but there's so many questions coming in. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we got a question from Samantha asking about this container. You've mentioned it a few times. Tell me about it. Explain it. When you say container, what is that? What does that mean for someone that maybe doesn't understand kind of, where that may come from or what that may mean in their life?
Yeah. So the container is the morphic field, or it's the space that we create for somebody. The container is the vibrational space that myself, my divine team, all the beautiful beings that I mentioned earlier come in to play with you, to come in to help you expand, help you heal, help you upgrade, help you recode, reconfigure. This is the space that we create. And this is the invitation. It's by invitation. We're inviting you now to step into the container. Now that, whether you come in is your choice. But the space that we create, it's a beautiful high vibrational space where we're holding you at the soul level, at the spiritual level, at the energetic level, and allowing you to step into pure source light, unconditional love, self-acceptance, radical trust, for you to peel the layers away and see the truth for yourself, see the power within you, see the power of your choice to create your reality and accept more into your life, to unlock more of your own possibility, more of your wealth, more of what is available, more of what you brought into this world, more of what you chose to bring into this world. So that's the container that we play in. We play in this beautiful container of high vibrational energy, high light, that is healing, that is transformational, where again, the beautiful divine beings will come in and work with you at different levels, in different dimensions as well, in different bodies as well, crystalline body, energetic body, spiritual soul, wherever is needed for your upgrade, because this is a huge quantum upgrade that we're doing for you, that we're creating for you in this whole process. And so that's what I refer to as the container, as the space, as the beautiful vibrational energy intention that we're creating.
powerful. All right, I've got my dear friend Pedro who's been writing to me with a lot of questions he wants some help, and I want to jump to this because a lot of people may also have this same question. Pedro's in Bolivia, and he writes to us, I would please love to have my abundance blocks healed, removed, fixed, or whatever makes sense so I can create, receive, keep wealth. It's been very difficult in my life for my family that lost their big wealth before I was born, all the way to me now in the present moment having such a hard time creating abundance. I clearly have abundance blocked in my life because I can't seem to experience it no matter what I do. I would please like to have some clearing or healing from Maria that might help me have abundance. I have been trying to experience it my whole life. I would like to know where in my life or in my soul I'm blocked and how to unblock myself from it all holding me back. So, this is great. And Maria, plug in. Pedro's calling. He's listening in all the way from Bolivia. Beautiful soul, and we're glad to have him here.
Yeah. So I see that there is. It's actually really interesting because sometimes when we know that we had it at some point, we get attached to how to get it back. Other times when we've never had it, we get attached to how to get it now, and that attachment creates more separation from it. And it feels like, yes, he's been doing a lot of different things to reconnect with it, but there's a big attachment to it, and there's also some energy of that loss. It feels like that energy of loss is still there, and that's around his mouth, throat area, chest. And then with that comes this energy of victimhood, that it's not really like showing up as I'm a victim, but that was taken from me. Like that was taken from me as a victim. So releasing that, so let's go ahead and clear that, because I see the wealth is out there, but not necessarily in his field. But it also feels like he's not connected to what's out there. He's connected to what was. Like a lot of regret, a lot of shoulda, coulda. What if I was born earlier? What if I was there? What if? So we want to delete and then create, delete and then create, delete and then create, delete and then create, delete and then create. And I also get like punishment. I also get that there is some like hexes and curses connected to that, some witchcraft connected to that. So in a clear, delete, trust, be, transform, all of that, clear, delete, trust, be, transform, all of that, clear, delete, trust. And also very important that he's not in his body, he's not connected to his body. And that is really, really, really important. If you want to create your ideal life, if you want to create your dream life, it's really essential for you to be in your body, to own your body, to own your space, to own your life. Like clear, 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 clear. So an image that just came in, it's like, there's the car, right? You can either be driving the car or you can be pushing the car. So if you're pushing the car, you're not going to get there. But if you're driving the car, you know where you're maneuvering, you can step on the speed, you can step on the brakes, you're in full control and ownership. So the car, the vehicle is your body. So that's what they're saying. So this is really a message for everybody. Really feel comfortable in your own skin. Feel comfortable being in your body so that you may have that extra boost in being able to create what you desire. Deep breath. Yeah, so lots of energy unraveling around him, especially, again, the old stuff like the witchcraft and hexes and curses, all of that. And what's going to be really important for him to watch his mindset, watch your, the language that you use, if it's any like victim talk, like no matter what I do, I'm doing it all. Really focus on what else, possibility. It also feels like not quite being aligned with your mission, your purpose. So there's a lot of doing this, but not so much connected to your mission and your purpose. And it feels like once you connect to your mission and your purpose, a lot of this sort of efforting is going to go away, and you're going to become more intentional. And as you become more intentional, that wealth is going to start coming back into your life. Very good. So we cleared a lot of the old energy. We cleared a lot of those, the victim energy from the past. We cleared a lot of those, the attachment to having it, must have it, have to get it. We clear all of that. We clear all of that. So now, and his spirit is not quite in his body yet, but he's right next to him. So it's just now, again, inviting your spirit back in. And now you deciding what's next for me in alignment with my mission. What is my mission? What brings me joy? What brings me happiness? And really focusing on that versus trying like things that, you know, like I'm going to do this because it's going to make me money, or this would make me money, or this is maybe an opportunity to make me money. Because that's what happens. Sometimes we focus on surviving instead of thriving. So now you get to focus on thriving instead of like what to do to survive and make some money. So like clear.
Wow.
Clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lots of green energy around him now. Beautiful.
Wow, Pedro, let us know what's going on. Maria, thank you for doing this, and you know this is going to keep running. So he's happy. He says, "Thank you so much. I don't think I can thank you enough." Yeah, well, awesome, and I know he's going to give us an update. And you know, if you want to get more help, 25 minutes. Wow, and 15-minute follow-up. It's there, uwealthrevolution.com/Maria22. And, you know, for a lot of us, we've got big dreams, we've got big ideas, we've got things we want to move forward on. And it feels a little bit like the world is just kind of in, well, I guess one part of the world, one sort of frequency. So it's like sort of like in like this really slow, sort of gooey, gluey, like uncertainty. But really, right, to really be in our creation, like we've got to let that go. What suggestion do you have for people that feel a little bit bogged down, weighed down, held down by fear, or just feeling like, yeah, but there's so much I don't know and uncertainty? What do you do to move beyond that, Maria? And I know this is part of what your work is about, what you're going to be doing, but for people that are just listening in, like, what can they do right now? And it may be, hey, go with Maria because she's on another frequency here. But what would you say?
Yeah. Well, you know, what we talked about, you know, when you're not in certainty, you're in everything else you just described, fear, and worry, and all of that. And the certainty comes from the connection with yourself and your connection and your relationship with the divine and that radical trust and that divine partnership. So my suggestion is you know, if you are looking for a practice to reconnect with yourself, is to find that space, the stillness within you where you reconnect with who you are, where you reconnect with the divine being within you, and find and honor that connection within you that brings you back to source, back to creator, back to divine creation, back to your divine essence. And then that creates more certainty in your life. That allows you to step more into your power. That allows you to feel everything is possible for me, or there is more possibility all around. And that is a practice that we do every day, and really watching your thoughts in your feelings as they come up. You know, how am I responding to that? Am I responding in fear? Am I responding in lack? Am I responding in judgment? And then moving those out of the way, moving into, okay, I'm going to trust, or I'm going to be more open. I'm going to be more grateful. I'm going to be more in joy and happiness and abundance and prosperity, more in unconditional love. So choose the higher vibrations to step into, to be in. And of course, yes, I invite you to come and join me in package A, package B, package C, wherever you feel that you're resonating. There's lots of energy available to support you at different levels in each one of your packages. See which one feels good to you, and I really invite you to come in. It's a new, beautiful new energy, a new way of being, a new way of integrating, a new way of creating, and it's very exciting. So I really invite you to come forward and join me.
Yeah, I want to share a few more stories because, like you said, it's getting in the container and staying in the container, right? You can feel it during the call, but you've got to stay in that container. I know starting the show, everything that I've done, it's like, no matter what was going on in the world around me, no matter what people were telling me, no matter what was happening in my personal life, I had to stay in the container of creation and possibilities and alignment to my soul and what I was born to bring. And this is so key for all of us to remember. And this is done through staying in that frequency field. And when people do that, amazing things happen. One person, Cheryl, wrote in, received an award and check for $1,600. Yes to abundance. Another person, for the first time, I still have money in my bank account. That was Pearl. And I know you know many of these stories because they're coming from you. Another person wrote in, IRS doubled the amount, I guess, of refund or something like that.
The refund,
Audrey.
yes.
Yeah. The fear of failure, says Jonah, was completely removed from my field. After my first one-on-one with Maria, I felt the fear of failure was completely removed from my field. What an amazing feeling. I didn't even need to bring it up. The energy is just no longer in my field. Another person, I no longer feel anxious, stressed, depressed, or overwhelmed. That is, and then acedia, my brain fog, unworthiness, my pain, anxiety disappeared. So, I mean, the stories are endless. Maria, thank you for being here. Thanks for opening up, and thanks for connecting everybody to this energy. And everyone, stay, re-listen, go back in, and thanks for being here.
Thank you, everyone. It was so much fun, and I look forward to having you all, working with you all, and creating amazing, amazing, beautiful wealth manifestations for you. Thank you, everyone.